Shepard. This is my full-time job now. Yep, that's me. My name's Chelsea, and you might be wondering how I got into this situation. Well, back in 2017, I started a travel YouTube channel that snowballed into a whole big thing, and, well, it's led me to quitting my day job to do this instead, full time. So, come with me and see what it's like to go from side hustle to main hustle. Hello, I'm Chelsea, and can you believe it is week 4 of my startup diary already? That's because I've been tracking what it's been like to go from side hustle to main hustle with Transmit Startups and Learn Smarter, who are all about helping people go from idea to entrepreneur. And there's lots of videos to catch up on if you fancy seeing how the first 3 weeks went and why I'm in this position. But the quick version of it is, I'm Chelsea, I run cheapholidayexpert.com, and it's all about helping people to travel more for less money. So let's push on with this week 4. I always start by setting myself 3 goals, and I take you with me to see how we fare. Right, and this week, I've got some practical ones. So the first one is publish 3 articles. That is because I did a business plan at the start of this in my week 2, I believe, and everything was like being focused towards getting the website up and running. And yet it seems to be the area that I just haven't done a lot of work on in the first 3-4 weeks. And so I'm gonna make myself do it, and I'm gonna have to prove to you come Friday that I've done them. So that's the first one. The second goal for this week is ask for help. But by that I mean there are some tasks that I am not the best person for. For example, I already am working, and I did this a year ago, I'm working with someone who helps to sort through my videos for YouTube, who's an editor. He does the first initial edit for me, and then I go back through and edit it. And he's been working with me, but I have not been using that system effectively because I've been so busy that he's been cracking on, but then I haven't been feeding back. It's been a waste of time. So I need to use the help that I have better, but also ask for help in other areas as well. So I've mentioned this before because I'm in the travel space, and I have a website, but I also have an Instagram. I do work with brands from time to time. And so yeah, I'm looking at who could help support me in that realm. Perhaps it's management, perhaps it's something like that. And that might take the onus from me a little bit. So that's what I'm going to look into this week. And finally, reach out to 5 new clients. This is because in the last 3 weeks, I've been so busy with work that I've already had in place, which is great. However, I always feel like it comes in waves, and kind of getting to the end of the wave and looking across the next few months and thinking, oh my God, how am I gonna earn any money? And I think this is a really usual thing that you get stuck in, not stuck, but you have so much to do that you're just trying to get the work all finished, and then you finish and you go, oh my God, what's next? So I want to be proactive about that this week and plan for the future so that I know what's coming up next. So they're my 3 things. I will be back midweek to talk you through my midweek musings. In the past, I've discussed things like getting paid, the importance of routine. So it would just be something that affects people who go into self-employment. And then I'll be back on Friday to tell you how these went. And fingers crossed, it's a good one. If you're in the same position as me, I wish you the best of luck for this week coming up. And if you're new here, go on. I'm gonna do it here, not at the end of the video. Hit subscribe, because there's more videos like this, and I think you'll find them really useful, right? See you soon. Oh, and if you caught last week's diary, you might be wondering, did she do it? Yes, she bloody did it. I can barely walk though. We're out and about. I thought for this week's midweek musings, I would take you out with me to encourage me to leave the house.
I don't know if this is just me, and I think it's probably like a pandemic thing as more people are working from home, but I can sit at my desk and then not move all day long. And I do realise that going out, getting a bit of fresh air, seeing some leaves is actually really, really helpful, just to give yourself that break. And without anyone else there around you reminding you to do this. I've gone for like 4 days this week, just, sat there at my desk. But I'm really glad that I have taken the steps, literally, to come outside. I mean, it's not that nice out, but it's good to get the legs moving a little bit. The aching from the marathon, yes, she's brought it up again. It's eased off. Oh, you get to see what's going on in your local neighbourhood. So yeah, I think trying to build in some actual breaks would be really helpful going forward. But that's it from me today. Let's catch up to see how the goals are going next. See you then.
Hello. For those of you who are quite eagle-eyed, okay, fine, probably all of you, it's pretty obvious that I'm not in my London flat right now. And I will admit to you that it's not Friday, it's actually Sunday. And that is because Friday was very busy because I was getting ready to come to Greece on holiday. Please don't hate me. I promise this holiday is not even a work thing. It's a proper holiday that has been down in the diary for a few months, and I'm very excited about it. But I could not leave you hanging. I had to share how my last week has been, even if it means coming from Greece and slightly bragging that I'm on holiday. I'm sorry. Okay. So how did my 3 goals go? So, see, look, I'm on holiday, but I remembered to bring everything with me. The first one was publish 3 articles. So I managed to publish 1 article all about travel restrictions around COVID. But I didn't do the other 2, but I did write them. So they will be getting scheduled to go up this week whilst I'm in Greece, so that there is still content churning out whilst I'm hopefully sunning myself. I say that, but do you want to see what the weather was like today? Yeah, it's forecast to rain all week. So give me a fingers crossed that it gets a little bit better. Okay. So I would say I achieved 1/3 of this. Not great, but hey, you can't go doing all your goals every week, right? I mean, in an ideal world, you would. The second one was ask for help. Now, the 2 things that I spoke about were ask for help with YouTube, and what I've done is I've built a bit of a YouTube strategy around what I would like to be pushing out in the next few months. I've shared that with the person that I'm working with, and we're going to work together to make that a reality, so I feel really, really good about that. And the second was talking to somebody who could help me with the brand side of things, because there's a lot of back and forth and there's a lot of legal jargon that I don't have a clue about, and I did that as well. So I feel like asking for help was really good this week, and I just know that that's going to benefit me going forward. So yeah, I would definitely recommend looking into that if you're thinking there are a few things that are perhaps outside of your areas of expertise that you know you could get some help for. Big thumbs up for that. And the third and final thing was to reach out to 5 new clients. So this is what I did just on email. I always find this one really, really interesting, isn't it? Because you are essentially doing cold emailing. Is that what you call it? Because when you call someone, it's like called cold calling. A lot of the time you are just reaching out to them going, hey, I'm Chelsea, let me tell you about myself, and I'm attaching lots of examples. So I haven't heard back from any of those just yet, but hey, I've put the groundworks out there. What I need to make sure I do is not only just reach out to them, but do the follow-ups as well. And also try different forms. So one, yes, you've got email, but I could also make sure I'm following the correct people on social media, on LinkedIn, and perhaps just trying to work a few different angles to work out how I'm going to reach some new clients. But interestingly, whilst I reached out to 5 new clients. I did actually have a couple of people contact me directly too. So I've been working with them to hopefully bring in some new work for the future. So yeah, I feel like that one is a tick, but there still needs to be more work done on that one to make it into something successful going forward. My biggest challenge of the week, we'll start with the challenge, has been getting stuff done before going on a holiday. You know what that's like. And it can be really, really easy to push things into the next week and just tell yourself you're going to do that when you're away. But I do think it's really, really important to try and have a bit of a break off the emails if you possibly can. This, whilst I don't class you as work at all, this is my last thing that I've kind of got on my list now to do for work. And then I've got the week ahead of me just to chill out. And if a few things come in, I will do them. But otherwise, I don't have anything mega planned that needs to be sent off. But the challenge was getting to that stage. And there were a couple of later nights when I was faffing in the daytime and I should have just cracked on with it. And my biggest win for this week was the fact that through asking people for help and reaching out to new clients, I'm starting to look to the future and not just about what's going on in front of me. And I think that's really important. And what's more, it got me really excited about what's to come as well. And that's it. That is my first 4 weeks, my first foray into self-employment. I really hope you've enjoyed these startup diaries. Big thank you to Transmit Startups and Learn Smarter for hosting me here, and also for all the amazing work that they do in helping people like me take their idea to something much, much bigger. If you have missed any of the previous videos, please do go back and watch them. I was about to say they're really good, but that's bragging. Okay, I'm going to say it. They're really good. It's fine. And whilst you're here, why not drop us a comment, tell us how you're getting on in your own self-employment journey, or whether it is that you're just thinking about it. Tell me a bit more in the comments, and I'll be lurking there and I'll comment back too. Hit subscribe, and there will be one more video from me coming up just probably a couple of months down the road, to tell you how it's been going once I've had this bedding in period, to see how it's going, and I'll check in and share that with you as well. But thank you so much for joining me, and have a great day and the best of luck for you and your business.